episode of Uncommon Faith. I am LaFlower B.
And I am Regina B.
Hey guys, we are so freaking excited for today's episode because we are coming live from Stunner Radio. So welcome. Regina, how you feeling, boo?
I'm feeling awesome. It is absolutely wonderful to be in the studio today. And our wonderful, lovely producer had everything set up, ready for us to come in and rock it out. So, and then of course, I'm super excited because of our guest today.
Oh my goodness. We call her Double D.
What?
For more than one reason.
Yes. And a few other things, but yeah. Hey, Sissy. I see you, Cass.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. It is Saturday. Wow.
Yeah, y'all know everybody that's with us. Obviously, we have switched our time from Tuesdays to now our new time and day, Saturdays at 11.
Right. And so let's go ahead and get this girl in here because we do Sister Circle together. Our workshop. She has been a part of my life for a very long time. She has a personality as big as Texas, y'all. She is a mom, she's a wife, she's a sister, she's a friend, but she's also an amazing mommy of 3. She's in entertainment. She's an inner healer. Without further ado, Deandra Virgil Scott, are you with us, girl?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Hey,
I love it. Bigger than Texas. I'm gonna start using that.
You know your personality is bigger than Texas.
All of that.
Oh, I'm so excited, guys, to be here. Oh my goodness. You ladies look amazing in the studio. I'm just like, oh my God, I wish I was there. But virtual will be okay for right now.
Right.
I'm so excited, guys, and I'm just so excited to on and with the fun with you guys.
All right, Dee. So we call you Dee, so I'm gonna call you Dee.
Yeah, same person, y'all.
Deandra. So thank you so much. We do so much together as sisters. We love you. We miss you. So how does it feel living in the A right now? Moving to the A. How you doing?
Man, this move has been amazing. I think I'm at about 2 months now, and so many acting opportunities have presented themselves already, and I'm just like, whoa. So I've even had to just step back and take it all in. The one thing I love about Atlanta is just the trees and the scenery. It's so beautiful. It just makes me feel like I'm back at home. We grew up in Brookshire. So, country girls at heart.
All the business. Let me put the business in the streets, Deandra.
So, it really feels like I'm just back home. It feels so amazing. I love it. I love the culture. I love seeing us everywhere. I can't lie. I love seeing us as business owners and seeing us in all exclusive things. It's just so beautiful to see. So I love Atlanta. I think I'm going to be here for a while.
All right. But I think I jumped the gun, because this is just like we having a regular conversation. But for our Uncommon Faith family, Deandra, can you officially introduce yourself? Let them know what you do, how you do it.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Deandra, and I am the hostess's sister, but I am also an aspiring actress. I do healthcare. I'm a healthcare professional. I also do women's retreats, women healing retreats, and also Sister Circle with my sisters, with the hostesses. And like she said, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, so many aspects of my life where I have to just, make sure that I'm tentative to everything, but still creating my identity and making sure that I'm just chasing, what makes me so whole, what makes me feel so fulfilled. You know, I learned a little backstory. 2017, November, I had this crazy freak elevator accident, and I
Yeah.
got from the 11th floor to the second floor, and it changed my life. And coming out of that, thank God, I wasn't unharmed physically, but mentally, I went through it for quite a while. And a part of healing was understanding that if I would have been gone that day, the world wouldn't have known like who I truly was and what it is that I truly wanted to do with my life and the effect and the impact that I truly want to make.
Right.
So after that, I started to live and go after things that truly made me fulfilled and happy, but truly displayed who I truly am on the inside. So I feel so blessed for all of the opportunities that have presented themselves since I started just my acting journey and the healing retreat with my partner, Danielle. Awesome too. We partnered last year for
Right.
the healing retreat, and it was sold out. And we had a beautiful guest. Her name was Hedaya. She's from New York. She came
Mm-hmm.
out and she was our guest, and you know it didn't have a lot of media attention, it didn't have a lot, but yet it still sold out and everything. So it made me so happy and so excited that I know I'm not the only woman searching for inner healing and you know searching to find purpose and going after that and you know making sure that I'm doing everything I can on top of being that wife, that mother, that professional, on top of you know doing that inner work that
Right.
would
Right.
make my day, you know, make myself happy. So that's me in a nutshell.
I love it. I
Wow.
love it.
Deandra, you really just took me back, and it hit in a way as you was telling that story. Like I did not necessarily expect it. Like I remember that day I came and picked you up from work, and you called me and told me what happened, and I was just like, "Oh my God!" And you absolutely did go through it, and that is truly a testimony.
Mm.
Everything that you conquered emotionally and all of that. And I'm just like, oh my God, just thinking back on it and seeing, where you were then to where you are now,
Right.
and how when you do the soul work that it takes, you can come through those things and excel, and it can make you greater, right? The other thing was we have this segment that we call I Know God is Real Because. In a nutshell, you kind of just answered that.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
just answered that one for us. If you have something else you want to say just to answer that, God is real because any other experience you want to share with us, then go ahead.
Well, definitely that experience. I know God is real because, you know, I was really brought through and saved from a near death experience, you know, and it just took a lot because it's not that people weren't there for me. They just really couldn't come from where I was coming from. You know, I was in the elevator alone,
Right.
and, and I really had to go through something by myself. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand, you know, my husband was there, but he really didn't know how to be there for me. My sisters were there, my mother was there, all these people were here, but nobody really knew how to comfort me. You know, I was for quite a while, you know, like Final Destination, you know, like if that didn't work, something else about to pop off, you know, and I'm like, oh Lord, you know, so that's where I was for quite a while, you know, looking behind my back. I didn't leave the house unless I was taking the girls to school or picking them up from school. So, you know, that mental, you understand, like, you know, God is real because you have these moments where only He can save you. Like,
Right.
only he can comfort you.
Mhm.
Only he can be there for you, because nobody else really knows where to come from. They really don't know the right thing to say or the right thing to do. And I would just get these random strangers who, because, I'm like, nobody understands, how scary this was or how scared I am. And, I would just get these random people who have been through it. And then we would just end up talking. And then, I would be like, oh my goodness, I went through the same thing. And, and that was just from me praying, like, God, I need to talk to someone. I need to kind of understand how someone else got through it, how they healed from it, especially if they were alone. And then my circumstance was so much more difficult because I was alone. And some other people have people with them in the elevator, and they kind of go through it together. So, and then on top of that, just my transition to Atlanta, just moving to, I can't say like the projects I've worked on, but I can say like AMC and all these other networks that I've been able to do some line work with and some background with. It's just in a couple of months, just how things are flowing so amazing. And I really feel like it's because I've just really stepped out on faith, and I've talked to God. I've told him what I wanted. He knows my heart. He knows that's what I'm focused on. And it's no negative really coming in my space or out of my mouth, or it's really no negative at all. It's all positivity. Right. So I can continue to elevate. So God is so real. He's real, y'all.
Yes, he is.
He is so freaking real. And you touched on, it's like you've given so many nuggets in the brief time that we've been on. I picked up on the fact that, you've done your healing work. And I know you mentioned that the retreat wasn't, it wasn't a big media thing, but I think that's where sometimes we get it twisted, where we think that our healing has to be this big production sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. But we know that when you are really dealing with inner healing work with people, it is ugly.
Yes, it is.
It is ugly. Is somebody going to be crying? Somebody may be hollering, because you got to get in there and figure out what is the root.
Yes.
Where is this coming from? And sometimes you got to go back and you got to relive pain and hurt and situations that you have departmentalized in your minds. And you have to go back to that place in order to heal from it. Absolutely. And so I'm happy that your retreat wasn't, all the glitz and glam, and it's not about who I'm here with, because we need those smaller circles, those sister circles intimate, that we talk about, that intimate, so that we can help each other heal, so that you can really have time. Because when there's so much noise around us, you can't heal, because you're going to be distracted. And you won't be able to go back to that place that you need to go to. And then, D'Andra, you also touched on the fact that, when God allowed that situation to happen, you didn't take it for granted. You didn't take your second chance for granted.
Absolutely.
And I think so many of us do. It's like we almost play Russian roulette with our calling. We play Russian roulette with who we are. Oh, God is going to give me. It's like we constantly go making these deals with God, and one day he gonna call us out on our shit. Call us out on our
Come on now. Yes, he is.
He gonna call us out.
Yes, he is.
He'll be like, how many times are you going to play these games with me? Right? And then with you completely stepping out on faith, and you guys know that God is really transitioning people to different territories right now, so that you can operate in your calling. And that's a prophetic word that I got a couple weeks ago.
Share.
And we got to be obedient. What'd you say, Regina?
I said share.
So guys, right now, if you are watching Uncommon Faith, and if God is pulling on you to change your location, to change your geographical location, I encourage you to be obedient to what he is saying, because this is what's happening. When God repositions us to a new territory, things happen just because we were obedient and just because we are in the place, right? Because there are rulers of the air. there are principalities and things like that. But some of us have callings to be able to, in the authority to tear down some things and to disrupt things and for things to be uncovered in the spiritual realm. When Deandra moved, something was uncovered. I'm not going to go all into the news and stuff like that, but some real legit stuff started shaking. And so
because she was in the place, because of her presence.
Exactly.
Come on, she brought that in.
Now, and God is also saying, hallelujah, I know we was going to preach today.
But come on.
But God is also saying that some of the prayers that you have prayed for your family, he's going to answer those same prayers for your community and your surroundings. What am I saying? I'm saying that Deandra, hopefully you don't get mad at me saying this, Deandra has been praying a prayer for years for God to reveal people's true intentions when it comes to her and her family. Hallelujah. And so when Deandra moved, not only was that intention revealed when it came to her, but it also allowed other people who were connected with her in a brand new city, less than 60 days in, to be free.
Yeah.
Come on.
All because of her obedience.
Come on.
Obedience is worth more than sacrifice. We know it. We say it. It has become a cliche in our community.
Yes, it has.
But are we really willing to be obedient?
Yeah.
Are we really, that thing? Right? Are we really willing to step out on faith? You know, we can quote the scriptures, but can we really walk it like we talk it?
Come on.
Can we really do it? You know, or, you know, when the bills get shaky, are we calling somebody for help? Are we really standing on God? You said that you're going to provide.
Amen.
You said that you're going to, you know.
And I'm not moving till you do.
Exactly. If the lights get shut off, let the lights be shut off, y'all. Maybe y'all need the lights in the first place. Maybe you need to have some quiet time.
Some quiet dark time.
Maybe the kids need some quiet time. Let them lights be shut off.
Get off the social medias.
Right? Let the internet go off. No Wi-Fi for a couple of days until payday. I don't know, but I don't know where God is leading us here this morning. But
there's purpose in it.
But I encourage you to be obedient and to allow God to work out whatever he's working out in your life. Deandra could have asked why. She could have, you know, said, God, why did you allow me to go through this? But that day changed something in her life. And I truly believe that all of us have had that this is it moment. I'm grateful because I didn't have a lot. I wasn't as obedient as Deandra. You know, yes. Even when I was in the bathtub with the gun to my head, I didn't do right.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
I mean, I almost got hit by a train. Yeah. We'll talk about that another time.
Right. But do we do right when God gives us that second chance? It's like so many times we don't. It's like literally we play Russian roulette with God.
So true.
We do. And, you know, for this season that we're in, we got to come correct. We have to.
And we feel like we can do that, as you said, play Russian roulette because of the grace.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all see my swag, right? But do y'all know what the swag really stands for? Let me turn around. Let me show y'all what that swag stands for. Y'all see it?
Season amazing grace.
Amazing grace. Let me tell you. That's what it
is. You were something else. But you're right. You're right. We do it. And I think also, too, because we've seen so many other people around us play Russian roulette with God. We've seen our parents do it. We've seen our friends do it. So many people that we look up to. Oh, God's going to give them another chance. Oh, God loves me. I'm covered. Or we think that we can do what we want to do and then pray about it later. Right? And all as well.
Yeah.
Right? All right, Deandra. So I got to know. So what's one of the misconceptions when it comes to the world of entertainment and acting that a lot of us don't know?
You gotta love it because when you're on set, you know, when you're there for 8-12 hours, kind of just sitting, waiting, you know, it can take a toll on you. You know, I did my first overnight set for a movie that's coming out on Netflix. And when I tell you it was cold, our holding tent, it was a full tent. It was just kind of covered, you know, because it was filmed at a restaurant. So we had to be close to the location. So we were outside. And they had trailers. We ate inside. You know, it was still a really, really nice production with Amazon Studios. But at some point it was a lot of discomfort throughout the evening too, because you're out in the cold. It's like, is this worth it? But then that 30 minutes out of that 12 hours that you're on set, you feel so amazing. It's like you forget that you was just icy cold and that all you wanted was a hot drink. And you feel so fulfilled. And I think another thing is you have to continue to work at your craft. Coming here, I've seen, in Houston, I'm still around a lot of so very talented actors,
Right.
who are getting it. They want it, and it's a hunger and it's a drive. And I'm sure that's what fueled me so much too. But coming out here to where like you're driving, you literally see a movie being taped and filmed. It's productions happening every day here, and you see the amount of actors and the amount of people who really, really want this too. You
Mhm.
you have to stay focused, and you have to know that everyone has a season and everyone has a time. And in your off season, in your off time, be working hard and
Right.
be preparing yourself. Be
Yes.
prepared for your opportunity, for your moment. And the way that a good way that I look at it is, you have all these new songs, all these new musical artists that come out, and guess what? They kind of fade away. And it's not that they're not still as talented. It's just they don't have new music dropped, or they haven't dropped a new album. But they're still there, and they're still so very talented, and they're still working really hard. They
Right.
just had their moment to stamp, a moment in time to stamp, and to make sure that they have, impacted and just made a way. And that's really that's what it's for. It's for that moment, and you got to keep going, and that moment in time will come. But you can get discouraged so quickly, especially
Mhm.
around so many beautiful women. All women have so many different shapes and sizes. It's
Right.
really just what that production team, what that casting director is looking for. And if you don't fit that, you are bound to fit a role that's perfect just for you to portray the story that needs to be told in such a wonderful way. So you just have to, I think that's it. You gotta have like a real love and drive for it, because you could be you can be so discouraged so quickly.
I
And
bet. I mean, I can imagine, like you said, with all the different women, all the different productions, you definitely have to know who you are and be
Mhm.
comfortable in your skin and know that your season and your opportunity is, a day away, a call away, and don't
yeah,
get discouraged. But that's in anything that we do. You got to
Right.
love what you do, because if you just in it for the money, then you're going to get discouraged, right?
oh yeah.
Totally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Deandra, I know you can't talk about details regarding your current projects that you're working on, but how about you tell the Uncommon Faith family about some of your other projects that's out there, and your first feature film and all of that?
Yes. First film was first real film where I was the lead, and that was with Shade Edwards. She was the director, and she's an up and coming director here in Houston. She's awesome. I really love her drive. She's an awesome writer. I mean, just really know how to get a story across and told. My character was Misty, and I'm something else in this film, So
Right?
Indeed, it was good. It was definitely
yeah,
good.
it's called The Wishing Pond, and basically Misty Misty loses her faith and her trust in God. And as soon as she does that, her life comes tumbling down. And when she thinks that God is not in control, he is. And when she tries to take those things into her own hands and kind of play God herself, it just shows that his timing is the perfect timing, and you can't go around and try to make things happen on your own. So the Wishing Pond, I know the trailer is up on YouTube. I know she's had some viewings here in Houston. Be looking out for those viewings. I know that she'll be releasing it, and I'm not quite for sure all the details in it, but we've done a couple of viewings in Houston for it, and I'm so excited. My first project was Screwed Up Christmas.
Screwed Up Christmas.
And that was like 2018. That was the first time I was on set. I just fell in love, and I was like, oh my God, this is where I'm supposed to be. So after that project, I've done a lot of theater too with Vincent Victoria and Fade to Black and other wonderful. I have a theater project that's been presented to me here in Atlanta too. So I haven't really said much about that one because I'm kind of just waiting for all the details. But I'm so excited for that too. And the one theater project, Juneteenth, it's called Black Cherie, and it's by Vincent Victoria, and it's going to be shown in Houston, and tickets are for sale right now. So if you guys want to see me in action, it's theater, but it's his first film that he's been out with, and I was a couple of characters. I ended up catching it at the very end, so I'm just blessed I was able to be a part of the production. I love his stories. He really just takes you back in time, and he reminds you of all of those great icons that paved the way, that just, went up against so much brutality in us as, Black people, trying to make a way for us, and just the talent that we have. And, everyone kind of has their stories, their demons, but they also, those great moments where they were able to stamp their time in history. So y'all are in Houston, Juneteenth, check out Black Cherie. So I can't be there, but I know my family's going to be there to support me.
Absolutely.
That film. Y'all just, when y'all see it, just know I'm a character.
But thank you for the warning, ma'am.
It's about the first Black pinup magazine that was created. Now, I'm not in my birthday suit, so that's the best part. I got some class to it, but
So you are feeling some skins, but there is some skins to show.
Yeah, clearly, because she said it's not the birthday suit, so that's letting us know it's something.
So
Mama can appreciate that there's something.
I love it. Well, we got to get ready to go to a quick commercial break, guys, and we will be right back with our very special guest, Ms. Deandra Virgil Scott.
Life is better when you are living on purpose, but many times we get stuck in the rat race and in the mundane task of our day-to-day lives, causing most to lose sight of their purpose. That's why certified life coach, inner healer, and business strategist LaFlower Bowie is here to help you get calibrated to your calling through proven systems, techniques, and resources. Order a copy of her book, Principles to Reposition, to assist you with your journey, or schedule a free clarity session to kickstart the journey. After these sessions, clients have stated they found clarity and opened their eyes to things they had long forgotten. So get social and follow LaFlower on all social media platforms at LaFlower Bowie. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, from our quick break. Deandra, you have really blessed the people with some knowledge in regards to acting. And I'm sure before we go, we're going to have you to go in and just give someone who is looking to get started some advice. But you know what? I would like to talk about tunnel vision dreams.
Okay. You want me to you have any?
Tell us about it. What is Tunnel Vision Dreams?
Tunnel Vision Dreams is literally just exactly what it sounds like. And it stemmed right after my elevator accident, kind of going into, I needed tunnel vision to get in a better mental state. I needed to get focused. I needed to realize that I can't look to the left or to the right. I can't focus on anybody else because I really, truly was broken. And, I was so broken on the inside that I needed to get focused so I could really accomplish, just anything. And that was really kind of just accomplishing, going back outside and, just being around and, smiling and actually smiling because I was happy and not because I was just smiling, just to kind of, have people not ask me what's wrong, so and then it just turned more into just my vision and my brand, and I plan to do so much under Tunnel Vision Dreams, and I hope that it's something that everyone can relate to.
I like it.
Absolutely.
That's so important.
And
you
are, oh, she talking.
Well, all the dreams that you have set out, I want people to know that you really have to have tunnel vision. You have to put those blinders up, and you can't really hone in and focus on what's going on around you.
Right.
Because that's when it's like when you come in your true form, and when you're really real, coming into whatever situation, they know it. What is it? Real, recognize real, and that's just what it is. Period. No matter what, whatever you do, if it's your true pure self, it can only be accepted, and if it's rejected, it's probably rejected in the very beginning, and you're able to weed those people out, and you kind of know.
Hold on, Deandra. Hold on.
Get away from your face, and who is really truly there to see you succeed.
Okay, you said something that we got to go back and sit with that thing.
Okay.
I mean, because I think sometimes we don't. You were talking about being rejected when you are walking in your own truth, right? And sometimes that can be discouraging. But you said that it's going to clear the path for you, because when you start walking in your truth, people who are really there for you they're going to show.
That's right.
I was watching Slim Thug the other day.
Come on.
And,
H-Town, come on.
And he made he'd be making his morning IG sometimes, and he was talking about that, and he was like, just seeing how his circle is so small now because he has so many people have been weeded out because they weren't there, for him, or when they were there with him, they wanted something. They wanted something from the relationship, and it just wasn't a pure like, "Hey, I'm rocking with you because I think you're a pretty cool dude." It was because, okay, what
can you do for me,
right?
Or what I can get.
And so I think that's where a lot of people will end, and I'm cool with having a small inner circle. Of course, we got a network. Of course, we're gonna, engage and interact with so many people, but that inner circle, it's necessary for it to be small, because if it's not, then I think you have trust issues, and then you become paranoid.
Yes.
Looking over your shoulder, second guessing relationships, people, the wisdom and the wise counsel that you get, and you always thinking, they trying to get me, or they trying to, slide something, off the top, whatever. But it's definitely important. So we gotta walk in truth so we can have some of those people fall away. And then, but what's super cool, because one of my prayers has been, God, send me a new tribe. Like, send me some people that's really rocking with me. Send me some people who see me for who I'm going to be in 5 to 10 years, right?
Yes.
Versus who I was 5 to 10 years ago.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that hoe no more. I mean, I'm not that person no more.
Help us, Lord.
Well, you know, it's like when we think about our tribe and we think about the people who we want to be like beside us and we want to like hold us down. A lot of those people I've learned were those seasonal people who were supposed to be in your life, you know, and they're not that lifetime people, you know. You ladies and I would say like maybe two other people have become, you know, like lifetime to where I know I could pick up the phone and call them and that they're going to be there. And, you know, all these other people who I was trying to make a lifetime tribe member or friend, you know, I stopped kind of hurting myself, you know, and I look at it like, you know, I'm not going to deem this person as somebody who is going to always be here. I take what I can get from them. I want them to receive what they're supposed to receive from me. But I also need to know that if they leave or if they're not supporting, they're going to be gone. Even Thursday in Bible study, when we were talking, and he was saying that, you know, everybody isn't gonna be around. You're gonna have people who fall off.
Right.
You know, there's gonna be people who are gonna not be there, and you can't take it and hold on to it. You gotta let it go, because you gotta know maybe in your elevation they wasn't supposed to be there. So that's one of the best things I took from Thursday night was, you know, when he's saying like, when you find your leaders, stick to them, you know, and you got to know as a leader, people are going to leave. People aren't always gonna be there. They're not always gonna come back, you know, but you got to keep focused. What tunnel vision dreams, you got to stay focused on, you know, what your calling and what your purpose is, regardless of who's there to pat you on the back, you know.
That's right. And that's something that we've hit on before, talking about certain people are in your life for certain seasons and being able to release them when that season is up. You know, I've talked about relationships that I've had to mourn, you know, thinking that these people would be in my life forever. Right. And it's not even that they're not in my life anymore. They're just not in my life in the same capacity as they was before. Yeah. And so LaFlower has, you know, these compartments or categories. So it's like you just got to figure out which one they fit in and then accept them for that, right? And then it's easier to just go ahead and keep moving. And like you said, have that tunnel vision and not get distracted. But at the end of the day, when you know who that circle is, those solid individuals that you know are going to be there regardless, others that come and go, like, you know, you good with it. If they here, you good if they not, because at the end of the day, you know where your circle is.
Circle is still solid, right? Yeah. No matter what. Now, Andrew, I know you haven't touched on, you know, you being, and I know that you being a wife and a mom is like two of your biggest accomplishments that you cherish so very much. So,
Sister Linda says some people come into your life for a reason, season, or for a lifetime. Yes, Mom.
Amen. That's a punchline. Yeah. Amen. All right, Deidre. So yeah, tell us. It's like, why are you so passionate about being a wife and a mom?
Oh man. Well, first, I think I always knew I was gonna be a mom and a wife. Like, I think just so very little. I just always knew. You know, even my siblings would be like, "I ain't having no kids." You know,
one person.
That's one person. It's only me. Don't say your siblings. You can call me. I'm good. I'm good.
You know, so but I guess it's something that I always knew that was my assignment. You know, even as a very young, because, you know, I've been a mom since I was 18. I've been with my spouse since I was 18. You know, so longer than I've, you know, not been with anyone, I've had responsibility and I've been with someone, and and nurturing and caring and doing those things for those people who God have put in my life. So, and it's not easy. It's not easy,
It's
Like I
not for
said,
the faint of heart, that's for
I
sure.
touched on it a little bit, especially in marriage, it is intense. And kind of just like with the acting, you
Yes.
gotta love it. You gotta want it because the devil attacks in so many different ways to where you get discouraged so quickly. And you get those voices and things happen where just disappointment and things like that. But then you have to switch it around and you have to say, who's being disappointed? Am I my best self? Am I really truly being the best person that I could be at this moment? Because when we tapping into our best selves, what are we doing? We're fulfilled.
Right.
So Deandra, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you kind of hit on something I was going to ask you. So, you went into your acting well after you said, your family had been established and all of those good things. What advice can you give someone who feels like, oh, my time is past, it's too late for me to do that or pursue that, even though it's always been a passion for me? And how do you handle that with, a spouse that may or may not be supportive of you pursuing that?
Well, first I would say it has to be real. It has to be something that you truly want. It has to be something that you truly want to accomplish because, like I said, those hurdles are going to come, and you have to be diligent enough. You have to be strong enough to jump over those hurdles, knock down those barriers. Climb those mountains with a lot going on, and then that inner work. Because, hey, I just got here like 3 years ago to where I could really truly stand on who I am and what I want to do. When we're little, we say, this is what I want to be when I grow up. And, y'all know how I've been an actress in my head since I was so very little.
Right.
But, life happens, and then and all these things, society, everybody tells you what you should be doing, who you should be. If you're a teen mom, it's no way you can do this. If you've done this, it's no way you should do this. If you're married, it's no way you should do this. And you really have to do that inner work and know that it's a calling, know that it's purpose. If it's purpose driven, then if they love you, they're gonna be there. They're gonna support. And like I said, you walking in your truth, you keeping it real will just take away all those people who shouldn't really be on the journey. They're still gonna look. They're still gonna have their comments. They're still gonna they even might front in front of your face and be like, oh, how proud of you that they feel that they are.
Absolutely.
But on the flip side, you see no action of support and love. So
that's gonna be there.
No, I was just gonna say, like, Deandra, that I've given you kudos and I will continue to do so. And as far as how proud I am of you because you decided to pursue your passion and what you wanted to do. And like you said, that came with accepting and knowing who you were and what you wanted and going after it regardless. And I can speak to the fact that younger Regina, early 20s, newly married, all of that, I let those things that you talked about, what society says you should this, you should that, I allowed those things to deter me from my acting journey or what have you. So now it's like when I sit back and I see you and I was like, oh my God, she did it. Oh. So I'm just so proud of you because I'll tell everybody, I said she did what I didn't have the guts to do. you know? And it's like, but Regina now that has grown and like you said, done the soul work and know who I am and know what I like and know what I want, thanks to my sissy, you know, I'm really recording my first little scene of a project next week.
Y'all come in the studio and come get this girl. I'm happy for her.
I heard that Regina did a fabulous job on set and with her
ready.
Okay?
She was ready. She was ready. She had her lines ready. But I think I'm so happy for both of you guys because it's so happy for the real Regina to stand up. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember me asking you that question maybe about 2 or 3 years ago.
You
did. I was like, will the real Regina please stand up? Like, what happened to you? Where is my big sister that I knew could accomplish? You was like David and Goliath. I know that you would go out there and slay some giants, right? But again, we allowed culture, we allow how we are supposed to do things to fit into this box. And I think that with our spouses, we have to, it's almost like pre-marriage work, right?
It really
like,
is.
This is who I am. This is the dream that this is what I feel and is my truth. It's like, you rocking with me or you not.
And it's like, again, pre-marriage, like get that stuff out the way in the beginning,
right?
You know, and unfortunately that's something we don't do. And just premarital counseling, all of that, like that's such a huge thing that we can hit on at another time. But like, you know, the divorce rate and everything in this country, it's like, oh, because marriage doesn't work. No, marriage doesn't work. You haven't done the work. Like you have to do the work ahead of time.
Right.
Marriage can work, and it does.
Right. And you can't allow fear to paralyze you because of your situation.
That's it.
If you can't, because I know there has been, right, there's been things like, I got this, and if I step out on faith, then all of this is going to fall by the wayside.
That's right.
But I tell you, when I started operating by faith, God multiplied.
That's it.
He increased, right? And he took care of the doubt and the frustration that I thought my spouse would have.
That will preach, like really.
You know?
That whole thing will preach.
He did that. So my encouragement to anybody watching is, hey, step out and do that thing. Yeah. Step out and do that thing. Because what you don't want to do is lay in the bed and have resentment towards your heart, towards yourself, towards the person you laying next to, and towards everybody else, because you see them out there living, you see them out there grinding.
Yes.
You see them out there doing their thing, and you so stuck on you and your resentment that you can't even put your hands together and clap for them.
Yes.
You can't clap for nobody else because you are mad at your own
self. Yes.
You're mad at yourself. Come on now. We got to do better. We got to do better because we only get one life.
That's
right?
It.
Right here on this earth. We only get one right now, right? Right now, we only get this one earthly life.
That's it.
For all these saints real
in
quick.
This astronaut suit.
You know, and we gotta just live. And I guarantee some of y'all are afraid to step out because you mad what your spouse gonna do. But I guarantee you may encourage your spouse to go do something else.
Yes. Just like you holding back on what you really want, they might be holding back on something they really want to.
Right. So that's the sister check for the day, y'all.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a sister check.
That's the sister check for the day. It's like, what would you tell your girl who is afraid to step out into her calling?
You know she hiding, she holding back on what she really wants to do.
She always on the phone with you talking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Huh.
Amen.
Right? You got to tell her to jump out and do that thing.
Well, we already know what you would say. Will the real you please stand up?
Yes. Yes, come on. Please stand up and do it. Because what you going to get mad at, and I tell this to my coaching clients all the time, what are you going to do when God gives that assignment to
somebody else? And I have witnessed that, and I'm telling you something, it hurts. That makes you feeling some kind of like, oh, you know, it's like daddy came to me and said, okay, I need you to do this, baby girl, whatever. But you took your time, you delayed. And when daddy say do something, he means do it right now.
Right.
And then when you look up, you ain't even moved to go do it, and it ain't been done. And you're like, oh, but you told me. Yeah, I told you, but you have no urgency. You have no sense of urgency. You didn't move when I told you to move. So now I gave it to somebody else, and so that makes you feel some kind of way.
Right. You get mad at him.
he's like that college professor. You know, the college professor gonna give you your assignment, and then they just gonna be like, "Hey, today it's time to turn it in." And if you don't turn it in, you got a 0. And if you turn it in, you on the books. But what that elementary teacher is gonna lead you. They're gonna guide you. They're gonna
hold your hand. They're gonna send reminders.
That's
Call
it.
your
That's
mama.
the point. He's like, "No, you're old enough. You know, you have grown. I've taught you. I've shown you, and you still not doing it." So, you know, it's kind of like that parent that gotta kind of let that kid, you know, feel that little ouch when they keep touching stuff that they not supposed to touch. Because it's like, dang, you know, and going back to that elevator was for me. It was that bump on my head. It was that ouch. It was that, you know. You have so much favor, you have so much grace, you have so much mercy. I give it to you daily, Deandra, but I'll show you that, you know, I can take you out and give it to the next person. And, you know, it can be just that quick, and I just have.
And it will happen. He will take you out of here, and he'll give that assignment to someone else.
So Bianca said, the hope that you all are giving right now by sharing your walks through faith is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Bianca, we love you. Thank you.
We do. So we got to walk it out, guys. We got to do this thing. It's like, it's not now, then when, and if not you, then who? What? It's like, you gotta get out there, because God created you for a reason. And can't nobody, and I know, like, we were at a vendor event a couple weeks ago, and in the vendor event chat, the host was saying that some people backed out because it was a similar vendor already booked. And she got so frustrated. She was just like, why do you discount yourself just because you have competition?
That's it.
She was like, why? She's like, stop discounting y'all. She's like, I don't care how many bedroom candy people up in here. Come up in here with your bedroom candy and do your thing. I don't care how many people, you know, selling crosses or food or boutiques. Come in here and do your thing, because your tribe is looking for you. Stop being afraid of the competition. Yes, it's just like with me. I wrote a book. You know how many other books out there are similar to mine? But my book is for my tribe.
That's it.
That's it. Deandra, your book is for your tribe. Regina, your book is for your tribe. Come on. We got to stop being afraid. There's so many billions of people on this earth, guys. It's somebody is waiting on you. And that's what I have to realize. Somebody is right. No, I don't look like other people. I don't walk like other people. I don't sound like other people. And I used to be discouraged by that. I used to be like, oh, well, they sound like this and they got this many followers. Da, 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 da. It's like, no, I want to impact people for a lifetime.
Yeah. And that's what we fall short, is the comparing. It's okay to compete, but don't compare, because your walk is different from mine. The people that are assigned to you is different from mine. Like she said, there's billions of people on the earth. Everybody has somebody that is assigned to you, that is waiting for you to stand up and walk in your purpose. So absolutely, we got to stop that comparing.
We do.
Yeah,
we
for
do.
sure.
We definitely do. And Deandra, I want to talk about really quick. So I know that sometimes we cut social media off. Like, we go into sabbatical. It's like we just cut it off.
Yeah.
And I know that has definitely helped me. It may be for a day, it may be for a couple weeks, you know, whatever, but it helps me recalibrate.
Absolutely.
So what does that do for you guys when you're able to disconnect and recalibrate?
Yeah, I could go for months. You know, I'll shut my social media down because I'm so interactive on it. And, you know, that's just, y'all know, like, how my passion is, like, up to 1,000. So if I'm on it, I got to be on it, and I got to be doing my thing on it. So if I have to remove myself, I really, truly have to remove myself, because it won't be as effective even if the app is still on my phone, because I'm going to click it and I'm going to log in. So I even go to the extreme as just deactivating it for a moment, because I know me, and I know that once I do, and once, you know, I'm able to, I can't lie, I get in my word more, I study more, I write more, I do so much more, because I don't have my attention and my focus on, you know, just seeing what the world is doing, seeing what
Right,
everybody
right.
doing.
Sometimes you're just more present though, right?
Absolutely.
You're just more present with yourself, with your family, with your home. Because sometimes I realize like when I'm going, it's like I don't feel like my presence is in my home as much when when I feel disconnected. What about you, Regina, when you go on your blackout periods?
Absolutely. And it's something that I think, like, for me, I know I have to have it. And I don't know when it's going to pop up that, okay, that's it. But when it does, I come back refreshed, renewed. I'm good. But it's just sometimes you just have to cut off certain things that are going into your spirit, going into your gates, right? And it just gets to a point where sometimes it's too much negativity or something to that effect. Or sometimes it's just me. I just need to be quiet and I just need to sit back and hear what God is saying for me to do, for me to move in this season. And absolutely, when I'm home and I'm not on the phone and doing this or doing that, I'm definitely more present with my children, more present with my husband. I mean, it's amazing the time that you find that just magically appears when I'm off social media. It's like, oh, I got time to do this now, do that, all these things I kept putting off. So yeah, it's absolutely valuable for me. I know. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. So I know we got to get ready to wrap up. But Dee Dee, we'll let you lead with when it comes to activating people or just helping somebody get activated in their calling. What's one tip that you would give them, an action item for them to start that path?
I would say to activate and to really find self would be to pray. I would say, find your space, find your time, talk to our Creator. We really don't know what we're supposed to do sometimes, and it's really hard to focus and to keep walking on this earth when we kind of just came out our mother's womb and we like, woo, we got all these things going on, and it's like, no, it's not a pamphlet or a guide or anything that says, hey, you're supposed to do this, and so I would say pray, and that intuition, that thing you have on the inside, it's real, it's there for a reason, and to fuel off of that, and then happiness should be very close. Oh, one other thing was, because I think I saw Sis Cassandra. Hey, sis, if you still watching,
the date.
Juneteenth is the day that the film is being shown, and Vincent Victoria presents, and I'll share it on my page so you can see.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, Regina, what's your tip?
I got to give a tip too?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I honestly would start the same way Deandra did, and that pray, because you need to get that direction, right? But I also would say seek out wise counsel. Surround yourself with people that are doing what you're trying to do.
That's good. I like that. And mine would definitely be, I would just say, will the real you stand up?
Oh,
yes.
Again.
Yes. Right now, we need authenticity.
Absolutely.
In every market, whether it's in the church, whether it's in the marketplace, whether it's in entertainment. We need real freaking people to be okay in their skin. Like, just be you. That's it. That's my tip.
My mama said, yes, be you and do you. Your faith-fueled business has nothing to do with anyone else's business.
Okay, so they're coming through. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I know we got to get ready to wrap up. We are so happy, Deandra, that you had a chance to join us from your busy schedule out there in the ATL. Uncommon Faith family, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Grace and peace to everybody. Until next time, we love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Peace. Grace and peace.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Shalom, friends.